Welcome. Today we'll be doing a little bit with our focus. In yoga, we call that Drishti. That is the Sanskrit word for focus, is Drishti. And we want to feel like we have a good purpose, a good focus. It's the beginning of a day, perhaps, for you, or the beginning of our month. There's always something that's starting. And so to begin with a clear focus in mind can really keep you pinpointed and having a purpose to your day, to your month, whatever it is. So let's start in a chest opening pose to open up the front of our body. You're going to take your two blocks. So the first block, put it on the long edge, and the second block, put it on the lowest edge, about a foot apart. It's going to be a little ski slope. And then turn to sit with your feet together, knees open to the side, so Baddha Konasana. And we'll lay back so that the first block hits right across the rib cage. And the second block, I need to move mine a little, is at the back of your head. So there's this supported sensation in the chest and supported in your head, so it shouldn't strain your neck at all. Then our feet again together, knees open to the side, a little bit of hip opening here, and we'll just let our hands drop off to the side, open up the shoulders and the chest. Close your eyes for a moment and think of your Drishti. Maybe it's a goal that you have for just this day and just this yoga practice. It can be that specific. Or maybe it's a goal that you've been focusing on or that you want to set off your new week or new month with. Something that gives you a purpose. And we'll let this Drishti float in our mind and in our body. If you ever ride a bike, you know that looking where you're going, your body will follow. So if we look off to the left, our bike wheels to the left. If we look off to the right, our bike wheels to the right. So just with that principle in mind, we want our eyes, our focus, to be really intentional today. Keep breathing. A few more deep Ujjayi breaths in and out through the nose. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And let's gently press up. We'll come back to our blocks in a moment. So set them off. And let's move to all fours. And then press up onto your toes. Push back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Here's our first place that we can focus on Drishti. If we look at the ground, it strains our neck, strains our shoulders. So we want to tip our chin towards our chest and feel that length through the back of the neck. Spread your fingers wide, press your heels down toward the mat. They don't have to touch, they're just headed in that direction. And this is our first one. As we move through our vinyasa flow, the yoga pose will change. The body will change. And we'll start to really feel connected to our Drishti, your goal for this day. Bend your knees and walk your way up to your hands. Again, we're looking at the floor, but now let's turn our gaze behind our legs and really relax the neck there. Keep your head and neck heavy as you roll up through your spine. Shoulders stay heavy. We bring our body up to the top. We roll the shoulders back. We're ready to begin Surya Namaskara A, Inhale, reach your arms up. You can follow your hands with your gaze. Exhale, fold down. And again, we're following the body, following the hands all the way down. Go as deep as you can. Your hands don't have to be on the ground. Just reach as far as you can. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Pull your shoulder blades back so that you're lengthening your neck. Exhale, hands down to the mat, step back. You can bend your knees here, drop down to the knees, or keep them lifted. Chaturanga, elbows bend. See if you can hover just for a moment. Inhale, press your chest forward and through, opening up the front of the throat. Exhale, roll back to down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Relax that neck. I even like to sometimes sway my head around. You'll notice there'll be a lot of neck tension here as we shift our chin, shift our gaze. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop up to the hands. And for a variation here, we're going to cross our right foot in front of our left. This may be hard for you to touch the floor, so feel free to grab a block. Hold on to the block, place it in position to feel that deepening in the backs of the legs. You might feel a little extra sensation through the IT bands, and our head is just nice and heavy down here. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's unwind our feet. Set that block aside. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach up to the sky. Exhale, samastiti. Very nice. Let's take that again. So we'll really feel the connection of our breath with our movement. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive forward, reach it down as far as you can go. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back to a plank. Feel free to drop to your knees, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good. Tuck the chin, gaze back between your legs. Your focus is such so that you relax the neck. Bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or hop up to the hands. Again, our modification, let's take our left foot in front of our right now. And if it's easy for you to have hands on the floor, fine. If not, utilize your block. Let yourself fold down and relax your neck, jaw, shoulders. Feel those IT bands. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hands or the feet, put them back to Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach up. Exhale, samastiti. Good. One more, then we're going to move on with our vinyasa flow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Very nice. Now lift the right leg, inhale, up and back behind you, three-legged down dog. Exhale, bring it through in between your hands. Roll the left heel down so you have heel to arch aligned. Windmill your arms around to Virabhadrasana A. Or B, sorry, Virabhadrasana B. In this pose, we look over that right hand. This is strong. Our gaze is strong. Focusing, keeping your eye on the prize. Inhale, straighten up the right leg. Exhale, take it to Trikonasana. Reach your hand down anywhere along the leg, or if you're using your block, you can place it in front of your foot on the big toe side. Then we reach that left arm up to the sky. Open chest. It feels great to look up. It's like looking into your future, looking into your possibilities. But if you have neck strain, don't be afraid to look down. That's okay too. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend your right leg. Put your right hand forward. Maybe you have your hand on your block still. And we'll lift off to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Now looking down is probably the easiest, probably the most stable. Play around with your drishti here. Maybe you're gonna send your gaze up. Maybe you're even gonna close your eyes. See if that gives you a little added challenge. Inhale. Exhale, bend your right knee, put your left foot down, raise back up to Virabhadrasana B, nice and stable. Inhale. Exhale, deepen, right forearm to the thigh or the right hand to the floor. You can use your block on the pinky toe side. Pull your left arm overhead. I like to gaze at my palm, lines the neck really nicely with the rest of the spine. But again, if that's hard on your neck, just look down. Looking down is always easiest. Good. Inhale, lift up, straighten through your torso, turn your toes toward each other. Place your hands on your hips. Look up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Take your hands down to the floor or maybe onto your block. Walk your hands back between your feet. Press into the ground. Inhale, look up. We're in Prasarita Padottanasana A. Exhale, fold yourself down and take your gaze between your legs. Again, lengthening the back of the neck. Feel your weight in your toes. Shift forward just a little bit. That will stretch out the backs of your hamstrings, the hips really nicely. You can feel this good length through the legs. Inhale, press into the floor, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, lift up the rest of the way. Good job. Hands on our waist. Let's rotate our feet. We're going back to the right foot forward again, but this time our hips come too. So our hips are square, pointing straight forward. Bend your right knee. Inhale, lift up. Virabhadrasana A. I like to look up. Just make sure that you're pulling your shoulder blades back so they're not squeezing up into your neck. Draw them down your back. Then to create lots of space for the neck, let's take our hands behind our back. We can either come to fists, grab your forearms, or reverse prayer. Look up, inhale, straighten through that right leg. Exhale, fold forward. And take your gaze not just to the floor, but all the way back toward that left leg back there. The straighter the right knee, the better. You're going to feel that length through the hip flex, through the hamstring. This is Parsva Uttanasana. Lengthen our torso a little bit more with a variation. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down along your leg. If you can't grab the floor, just along the leg somewhere, or perhaps you've got your block, you can place your hands on your block there. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your right leg. Drop down that left knee, and let's readjust this right leg into a pigeon pose. So we're going to turn it parallel to the top of our mat here and walk back the left leg as straight as we can. Now you may not be able to sit down on your right hip all the way, so take a block, put it underneath your right hip for a little bit of support there. Another place where the block might be helpful is in front. You can deepen, put your forearms on it, or even just laying down and putting your forehead on the block. Of course, you can do this without a block. You can lay all the way down. So let your breath relax here. The breath is still strong, but I should say, let your breath relax your body here. Time to look inside. We're holding still, we're not moving. Look inside, find that focus, find that drishti, and make sure everything is in line. Don't let your focus slip, even for a moment. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up onto your hands. Roll onto that back left toe, and let's step our right foot back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Reset all of that to begin on our left side. So lift your left leg up and back behind you. Inhale. Exhale, bring it through in between the hands. Roll that right heel to the floor. Windmill your arms to Virabhadrasana B. I'm going to turn around so that I'm facing you. You should still have your left foot as your bent leg. Extend your gaze strongly. Strong focus, strong drishti over that left hand. Very nice. Now straighten up through your left leg. Inhale, exhale, Trikonasana. Feel free to grab your block. It goes on the big toe side, or you can reach down for your leg. More gentle to gaze at the ground, a little more stimulating to look up. Find what works for you today, just for this moment, just in this pose. Inhale, exhale, look down, bend your left leg. Take your left hand forward, perhaps you're using your block or maybe your hand is on the floor. Lift up to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And what are you doing? Woo! What are you doing except for falling over like me, perhaps? What are you doing about your gaze? Is it staying on the ground? Are you looking up? Are you closing your eyes? I lost my focus for a minute as I tried to talk to you, didn't I? Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend your left leg, put the right foot down, lift up, Virabhadrasana B, and then deepen into your hip. Left forearm to your thigh or the hand to the floor, this time on the pinky toe side. You can use your block. Pull the right arm overhead. Draw that shoulder back. Maybe turn your gaze to your hand, to the palm. Feel the hips. Feel that reach through the entire torso. Great job. Inhale, lift up. Good job. Exhale, turn your toes toward each other. I'm a little wide. I'm going to scoot in just a tiny bit. Clasp your hands behind you. If this is really tight for your shoulders, you can use your strap behind your back. It will widen out your space there, and you might be able to get a little more depth. So clasp or grab the strap. Look up. Inhale. Shoulders roll back as we look to the sky. Exhale. Take your gaze down and way back as you let your hands fall away from your back. So you're looking behind your legs, shifting your weight toward your toes, feeling that stretch across the upper back, and our neck is so nice and loose. Deep, deep breath. Inhale, lift all the way up. Feels so nice, I could stay there forever. Exhale, release your hands, bring them to your waist. turn your body and turn your hips. Feet adjust as well. So feet are pointing parallel, hips are parallel. And then bend your knee. I almost forgot. Lift up to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana A. Pull your shoulder blades down your back. Send your gaze up if you're feeling strong, feeling confident in your drishti, in your focus. Good. Now inhale, straighten through the left leg, pull your hands behind your back, fists together, forearms grab, or reverse prayer. Look up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Take your gaze way down and back toward that right foot. Really lengthening the neck, really pulling in through the torso and feeling this long stretch through the entire back of your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Maybe the torso lengthens even more. It's okay if your hands aren't on the floor. You can use your block. You can have your hands along your leg. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your left knee. Take that right knee down to the floor so we can adjust for pigeon pose. Bring this left leg parallel to the top of the mat as best as you can get. Walk your right leg behind you. A block, perhaps, underneath your hip or in front of you for your forearms, or maybe your head is resting on that block. One more chance here as we slow the movement and feel this depth in the outer edge of the hip. Just focus on your goal. What is your drishti? Are you still connected to it? Return to that drishti. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up, just onto all fours. Let's widen our knees a little bit wider than our hips. Sit back, reach your arms forward and press those hips toward the heels for Balasana or Child's Pose. Now reaching equally through both sides of the body. Let's walk our hands over to our right side. So we're feeling a little extra tug through the left side of the body. Left hip maybe. Walk your hands over to the right side. Left side, so you're pulling on the right side. Good. And then gently walk your way up. Beautiful. And bring your legs around to sit. Nicely done. Let's stretch. We might need our strap a little more, so just keep it close. Start by hurdling your right leg back. So the top of the foot comes along the floor. You'll get a nice shin stretch and the top of the foot stretch. And we'll begin to bring ourselves back. You can start on your elbows. Most people can get to their elbows. If that's easy for you and you feel like going deeper, then feel free to lay all the way down and you can pull your arms over your head. The thing to be aware of is this knee. If the knee is lifted, then you've gone too far. The knee should be able to press down. What a great stretch to open up the front of the body, the hip flexor and the quadricep. Take it as you can though. It's not a race. No need to impress anybody. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. Let's shimmy our way up. It's kind of awkward from the floor. Do your best. Use your elbows. Use your hands. I'm going to pull myself around to face you. So we still have this right leg hurdled, and now the left leg comes in front. Let's take the right hand across, grab onto your knee, and bring your left hand to the floor. Oh, I'm sorry, this is your left hand. This is your right hand. We're gonna gaze back toward the right shoulder. Good. Now keep your body where it is, but turn your gaze to the front shoulder. I think I said my rights and lefts wrong. I'm not mirroring you. I'm doing the opposite of you, aren't I? So we'll do both sides. Don't worry about it. It's going to work its way out. Good. Now come forward. This leg that was hurdled in front and behind, swing it up and around. We might all have different legs, but let's do the same motion. Swing it up and around and on top. So now we've got our knees and our ankles stacked on top of each other. If this is hard for you, just place it in front. Crisscross position, just as long as that leg is in front. Then start to walk your way forward. This is going to feel great on that hip. The leg that's on top is the primary hip. And you can go down as far as you want to go. Just breathe deep, trying to relax those hips. Good. And walk your way up. Nicely done. Now this leg that's on top, if you can, stack your knees on top of each other. Again, if that's hard for you, you might just stay in this crisscross, and that's fine, right? That's totally fine. Let's twist. We're gonna pull our opposite arm as leg onto the knee or onto the leg there, and then the hand behind us. This is such a good deep sacrum pull. You should feel this right through the low back, right at the base of the spine. Really nice. Send your gaze behind you. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Come forward. Nicely done. Let's unwind and extend our legs. They've been bent for a while, so it feels nice to lengthen. Grab your strap, place it around your feet for Paschimottanasana. You may not need the strap if it's very easy for you to reach for your toes. Sit tall, inhale, exhale, walk your way forward on that strap, or maybe you can grab your toes. Take an extra breath, pull in through the middle, inhale, lift Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, fold yourself down. Let's imagine our Drishti. Think of it as the third eye, perhaps. We're going to get a little bit into our chakra. And you might take a moment to just think into your past. Lessons that you've learned from your past. Things that have shaped you, made you who you are, and affect your focus today. Inhale, lift up. Let's release that strap. And exhale, hurdle back the left leg or the other leg. Remember, I messed up my rights and lefts, so just do the opposite one. That's going to be pulled back so the top of the foot's on the floor, shins on the floor, and we'll walk our way behind us. Maybe you're on your elbows. Great. Maybe you're able to go all the way to the floor and take the arms overhead. Great stretch, good opening up of the torso through the whole front of the body. Breathe deep. And let's start to walk our way up. Shimmy your way up. And the hurdled leg is going to stay there. The other leg will come in front. Pull your opposite arm around to that front leg and the hand behind you. Gaze back to the shoulder. Maybe we're looking into the past, just like we did in our forward bend. And then as we turn our gaze, but our body stays, we turn our gaze to the shoulder that's in front. Maybe we're looking to our future, the future that we're going to create by remaining focused on our drishti. Good. Come forward with your body. Take the hurdled leg up and over the top, stacking the knees and the ankles, or crisscross the hurdled leg in front. Okay, sit tall. Inhale, exhale, walk your way forward. Ooh, feeling that hip all through here, the glute, the sacrum. We can feel that pull, at least I can. This pose is not easy for me, so I can feel it right away. Breathe through it. Nice, deep, relaxing breath. We tell our body, calm down, it's okay. Good. And walk your way up. Now, if you're in crisscross, you'll just stay there, or maybe you're stacking your knees on top of each other for a Gomukhasana in the legs, but we'll do a twist variation. Walk your hands across to that opposite of the leg and pull the other one behind your back and look behind you. Feel that really deep spiral right deep into the sacrum. A really good twist. Should feel like a dish rag here, twisting out. Good. Come forward, release your legs. Last time we looked into our past, now we're gonna look into our future with a lift. So take your hands behind you, fingertips facing your hips, point your toes. Press into the floor, either just open your chest, let the throat open as you gaze to the sky, or you're going even further, letting your head fall back, glimpsing that future, seeing the drishti very clear. Nicely done. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Come on down. Great work. Good for you. Let's come onto our backs. A couple of options for these next two poses. So you can stay right here. I would place your hands under your hips or a block under your hips to take a little strain out of the abdominals. Or if you're used to shoulder stand, Salamba Sarvangasana, you can go there now. And go ahead and lift up and walk your hands down your back so you try to take the bend out of the waist. What this does here for our gaze, we're looking straight up at our toes. Don't look from side to side because you might move your head and injure your neck if you're not careful. But we're lengthening the back of the neck as we tuck our chin into our chest. A really great chin lock here to relieve pressure on the neck. It can relieve headaches, little neck strain. Plus, we're working on circulation and metabolism being upside down like this. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Nice and slow. Even if you're here, let's all come down to have our legs flat on the mat. Our arms by our sides. Lift onto your elbows. Press your chest forward. And take the top of the head to the floor. This is Uttana Padasana. Now we're opening up the chest space and the throat space. If you'd like a little more abdominals, lift the legs. Let them hover. You can even press your palms together here. All of these things are great. Choose your way. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, let's come down. Release the hold. Lay down on your back. Good. Reach down, grab your knees or the arches of your feet. Let's take a little happy baby. Now our neck is nice and still. We're just gazing straight up and we're rocking our hips from side to side. Again, playing around with that sacrum release. It's time to start easing our bodies. Bring your knees into your chest. Take your arms out to a T and let the legs drop to the right side. Then turn your gaze. This will give you a nice neck twist over to the left. See what you can relax. See what you can let go of. Definitely through the low back, hips, shoulders, and neck. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, drop your legs to the left. And then turn your head over the right. Again, one last squeeze to let go of areas that get tight. Neck, shoulders, chest, hip, back. We've all had tight spots in those areas at some point in our lives. Inhale, come back into the center. And exhale, release the legs, relax them onto the floor. Take your palms open. Close your eyes now. And just let your body and mind float as you take in all of the good work that you've done. I will leave you to rest here. I'll wake you up with the sound of a bell, so just let your thoughts float and take in the good work you've done. Gently start to wake yourself up. Rotate through your wrists and your ankles. Point and flex your feet. Stretch your arms overhead to lengthen through your entire body. And roll over onto one side in fetal pose, which signifies a reset, starting again. Gently press up to a comfortable seated position and bring your hands to heart center with your eyes closed. Before we open our eyes, just take a moment to look inward and see the divine in you. Let's salute that divinity within. Thank you for your practice today. Namaste.